what we're doing with the MedTech Launchpad with VentureFest Wales is putting companies in front of investors and getting the opportunity to bring more capital into growth in a really interesting cluster here in Wales.
The Launchpad process was a two-stage application. We were invited to submit to the second stage along with 16 other companies, and we were then delighted to be one of the final 8 that got selected to receive funding.
In the first stage we had to produce I think a 2 or 3 minute video explaining what the business is trying to achieve out of this project, what's the business opportunity, what the project would do for the business. And doing that was quite a challenge.
The reason we chose Wales as one of the Launchpad locations was because of medtech and life sciences very strong in Wales. I think there's more than 200 medtech companies, including the supply chain, well over £1 billion of turnover, and more than 7,000 people employed in the medtech industry. So we see Wales as a proper cluster.
The Launchpad call precipitated the spin out of our business from Cardiff and Exeter universities, and the funding has been used to help us transform our technology, take it to the next stage, as well as recruit a CEO to help us drive the business forward.
The money that we received from Innovate UK actually helps us start working on some of the ideas which were on the back burner and work with people like Cell Therapy, Catapult, and that adds a lot of value to our business, gives us access to expertise and experience that we don't have access to on a day-to-day basis.
Welsh Government are what we call the cluster champion. So Welsh Government are providing a number of business support services to the companies who have won the funding through Innovate UK.
The business support package has provided access to expertise across a range of areas. We've received pitch training, business model development, and these are all skills that we didn't have before we secured the Launchpad funding.
The biggest value for me from Welsh Government is being invited to events like this, where I can sit down with people who I wouldn't have access to on a day-to-day basis, because it is sometimes nice to be pulled out of your business, where you can speak to people, like-minded people, and talk about your challenges, talk about some of the opportunities, talk about collaborations.
We see the area between Cardiff and Swansea and the medtech cluster as being important. Plus, of course, you've got world-class universities, the coastline, Cardiff, Swansea City, and that's all part of the cluster too. It's not just about industry and manufacturing sites, it's also about why people want to live and work there.
We're growing quite rapidly, and we hope to expand into other areas outside of medical technologies as well, to expand the applicability of our technology, and to recruit more staff and just to grow within Wales really.
Our aspirations are global. We are a small company, we want to stay nimble, because that's how we can still innovate and look after our customers all around the world.
We want to stimulate business-led innovation in order to drive that economic growth, and whether it's through a tool such as Launchpad, focusing on clusters of businesses, or an event such as VentureFest that brings together innovators, entrepreneurs and investors, what we're doing is trying to help local communities of innovative businesses to grow more quickly.